gonna have to resync that. That's okay.
Should we restart?
No, because it'll just be like a second. So welcome to an extremely obscenely special episode of Advice for Buffoons.
An extremely buffoonery episode.
Just so you know, though, your noise gate's off, so you got to be a little more careful about the loud sounds. That's all it is. That's all.
Noise gate.
Your noise, like the gate that cuts out like bad noises.
Oh.
Because usually I have noise cancellation on, so you just got to be a little more careful is all. But you're fine. You're fine for now. You're doing a good job.
All right.
Just be careful.
Okay.
So this is an obscenely, disturbingly, beautifully disgusting special episode of Advice for Buffoons. We don't have any questions. That's okay. Shit happens.
I thought there was one.
Which one?
The one about Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I think we already answered the Valentine's Day one, didn't we?
No, we did
What
not.
was the question?
It said Amelia Perez is the woman of the century.
Okay.
And then
I agree.
what is your advice to have a successful Valentine's Day?
I think your advice to have a successful Valentine's Day is to spend it with the ones you love. To have some fun.
So what would you suggest as an activity?
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. You could go to dinner. You could play toys. You could make beautiful, sweet love.
Play toys?
Yep, you could play toys. You can make beautiful, sweet love. You could just hang out. You could watch cartoons. You could go outside. Whatever you do it together. That's my advice.
What do you think about guys who are like, my Valentine's Day gift? It's going to be the best sex you ever had.
Cap.
That's not a gift.
That's not a gift. That's a mutual thing. That's like I mean, I guess like dinner is kind of similar, where it's like, oh, I pay for both of us. But like, that's like, for a man, you in heterosexual relationships, I have to understand. Usually, the men like sex more, which is not every single one, but often the men are getting this sort of
better end of the deal.
They're getting the lion's share of the joy,
yeah,
so to speak. You speak in an ASMR voice today. What you up to?
I don't know. We got yelled at, so I'm scared.
Okay, what are they gonna do? Burst? So there is to note, we got shouted at by my neighbor from out across the building. They're back there. They knocked on the wall and shouted.
I was playing my toys and he told me to be quiet.
Yeah, just for playing toys. But we don't care. We're gonna film Advice for Buffoons all day long.
It's only 9 o'clock.
Please stop whispering. I want you to scream as loud as you can into the mic.
You told me 2 minutes ago. No, you told me 2 minutes ago to be quiet because I
didn't tell you to be quiet. I told you to just be careful about your noise levels, like on the.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Well, then you could also just.
Because look, if I talk at a normal thing, I'm almost peaking already.
But then just turn. You could pull the mic away further, like pull it there.
Well, I did that last episode and I was so quiet.
Yeah, but I turned the gate down. Remember, I said at the beginning I turned the gate down. We talk about the audio quality way too much.
It's a little unprofessional.
It's actually super professional. Talk about the audio quality.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it here. Is this a good level?
Yeah, but you can't be doing the ASMR voice. It's that far.
Okay.
You got to choose a voice and stick with it.
Okay.
Okay. You can do the ASMR voice if you want. I was just curious.
This is not an ASMR voice.
Yeah, it's soft spoken.
That's just how I am.
Nope. You're loud and you're abrasive and you're mean.
True.
And you hit me.
Yeah.
So So that's the advice out of the way. So we do have an intensely special episode of Advice for Buffoons.
I'm torturing him.
No, but I saw this on WWF. Vince McMahon was doing a lie detector test on Mr. America, and I thought, wow, I need to do that on my show. But there's no wrestling on this show, so that's fine. But so we're conducting a lie detector test. So as you can see, this is heart monitor right here. It's monitoring my heart, and then I've got some kind of cord stuck to me. It's monitoring my vitals. It's monitoring my vitals, some weird cord.
I've got my little torture device over here.
The lie detector test is just, and this is the lie detector power pack. So it powers the test.
It's very powerful.
So the vitals get read here, transmit to the test, heart monitor, and then it all goes into the machine.
This is serious stuff, folks.
So it's very technical. It's very high tech.
I'm scared.
I am too, and it's very.
I wonder what's gonna happen to you.
Probably nothing, but you never know. So it's very high tech. So we're gonna first Tyler's gonna test it. And he's gonna show us what a true answer sounds like and what a false answer sounds like.
Okay, so this is what will happen if he's telling the truth.
Okay.
And this
So a
is
high note.
yeah, and this is what will happen to him if it's a bad note, if he's wrong.
Okay. So if you've ever seen a lie detector test in the real world, they're not admissible in court, but they're very reliable.
Is very
They're very
scientific.
reliable, and they use them on Dr. Phil all the time. And Dr. Phil is a deeply trustworthy gentleman.
He's my dad.
So we're gonna go through, the preliminary list of questions, and then I'm sure Tyler's got some questions in his head, and he's gonna see if they're true or false.
Yep.
So he's gonna ask me sort of the preliminary questions, the obvious stuff, just to calibrate the machine.
Yep.
So if you want to go ahead and just ask some of those questions.
Oh, like right now?
Yep.
Just like that?
Just like, well, yeah, just like what's your name? But they
Okay.
have to be yes or no questions.
That's difficult.
Is your name? No, it's not. You say,
Okay.
is your name blank? Like, is your name?
Is your name Bartholomew?
No. Hold on.
But you're correct.
No, oh, yeah. No, my mistake. I shouldn't correct the test proctor.
Yeah, science knows what it's doing.
The science knows what it's. The science, bless these atoms.
Oh, my Adams, the science is never
You
wrong.
think at a atheist's house, instead of having a bless this mess, because they got like bless these atoms,
No,
and it's a microscope aiming into their own skin.
no, I think they're eating babies because they're evil.
True. Okay, let's another two. Give me two more. Give me two more softballs here.
Is your name Jeff?
You already asked what the name question. That one's obvious.
Is your name a Jeff?
No.
Sorry, folks.
My name is Jip.
Also true.
They're both. It's true when I do it in the voice.
Yeah,
I think, but
because it interprets the science interprets
the science
it as being
interprets
right.
it as I'm being earnest in that I love that movie. Okay, one more question, then we'll get into sort of the real meat and potatoes.
Okay. You love, or do you love craft dinner so much?
No, I do not. Okay.
He
So
hates it.
I'm predominantly truthful, and that's kind of how I like to maintain myself. And that's sort of how I like to conduct my behavior. I try to be a deeply truthful person. So I don't know what Tyler's got planned. I don't know what kind of questions he has here, but I plan to ask them and answer them to the best of my capabilities, or as far as I am able under these circumstances.
Okay. Are we starting?
Like, are we starting the recording?
No, we've been recording.
Oh, yep, I know.
Are we starting your torture?
The tests, yes.
Hold on. What are the stakes here?
What do you mean, what are the stakes?
What are we doing this for?
There are no stakes.
Are we testing
They're on the barbecue.
the validity of this test? Is that what we're testing?
That was just what we were testing. Because
Hmm.
I was telling the truth all those times, and it registered them as truthful statements. Well, how about you ask me a lie? How about I lie, and we'll see if it can detect when I'm lying. You ask me a question, I'll tell you a lie, and we'll see if it can if it functions on that level.
You think beavers are ugly and gross, don't you?
I don't think that's a fair phrasing of the question.
You can say yes or no.
Okay, you put it. What was the question?
Do you think beavers are ugly?
No. Yeah, put the mic a little closer. I don't think the fans heard. Fuck's sakes! I think that came up really loud.
Probably.
Okay. So yeah, I find them. I think they're loathsome little creatures.
Mm-hmm. You hate them.
Do you ever play RPGs where you got to kill rats in the beginning? You
No.
get like 1 XP.
Oh,
That's how I'm feeling with them.
like
those
Earthbound.
Those little motherfuckers. That's how I'm feeling.
Do you remember the Earthbound mushrooms? They walk around on 2 legs.
I didn't play Earthbound.
That's like what you're talking about.
I didn't play Earthbound.
You'd probably like it.
I didn't play Earthbound.
It's absurdist.
I didn't play Earthbound.
Okay.
What about the
Did you play Earthbound?
No, no. Only for an hour. So yes,
Sorry.
I don't lie about video games.
No.
That's the one thing I don't lie about. Begin this interrogation in earnest, but also if you've ever seen Dr. Phil, they typically say like lie detector test has determined that was a lie or that was
Mhm.
true. Like sort of
Okay.
that's kind of what they say.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know if that's like part of your test. I mean, you've done a few these tests before, I presume.
Yes.
Okay,
On my stuffies.
I'll let you conduct the examination. So
Okay.
let's get right into it.
Where were you on the night?
That's not a yes or no question.
Well, hold on. I'm building up to it. Where were you on the night that I was sleeping last night? Were you in your bed or were you
Okay, that's
somewhere
not a yes
else?
or no question. It has to be a yes or
Ah,
no question.
it's hurting my brain.
It's got to be a yes or no question.
How does Dr. Phil do this? Um,
Do you want me to maybe administer the questions and you can maybe answer true or false?
sure.
Okay. All right. We're gonna sort of. Oh fuck! That hurts.
Torture. Hook me up, doctor.
Keep to the test.
I'm plugged in. Let's go, Neo.
Then we gotta switch spots here. Okay. Okay. I know. Okay. Okay. So, unfortunately, we. No, you're well, maybe a little tiny bit, but you don't want that to be falling out. You gotta sort of. Yeah, you gotta fix that. We want to make sure the vitals test works. So, okay. I'm picking up really loud. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we are. You got to hold that up to your face, basically. You got to watch the levels here. Don't watch.
It's so heavy.
Yeah, you got to talk louder
Why can't it hear me?
because you're not talking. You need
Can
to
you hear
speak
me now?
louder.
Okay.
What's with the ASMR voice?
Well, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not yelling.
Okay, just watch your levels here and make sure you're not pushing too high in the green. That's all you want to do.
Okay.
Okay. So it's where was it?
You already forgot.
What?
It's a black key. It doesn't matter.
Oh, is this it?
Yes.
Okay. So lie. I'm just gonna do the. I think I'm. You know what? I think I'm gonna switch up my test.
Okay.
I think my test is gonna function a little differently.
That's okay.
Okay. So let's start with some preliminary questions. Is your name Tyler Bespalko? I guess I shouldn't say your last name. Whatever. Is your
Yes.
name Tyler?
Yes, it is.
Lie detector has determined that that is true. That was a truthful statement. Is
Thank
your hair blonde?
Yes, sir.
Lie detector test has determined that's true. Is your skin a beautiful porcelain white?
Yes, sir. You know it is.
Once again, a truthful statement. So we're off to a great start here.
A beautiful porcelain doll.
But okay. I'm gonna start throwing some tougher questions at you. Holy fuck, this is so loud.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Man, you're the one who's got this mic. You have to hold it like here. Because you're I have to turn
Isn't
it
it
up.
annoying?
Well, because you're so quiet.
I'm not.
You are so quiet. Don't sniff the mic, please.
Why?
Okay, you can sniff the mic if you want. Okay.
It smells like vinegar.
So we're gonna. Okay. Well, that's because I'm breathing all the time and I don't brush. So we're gonna throw some harder questions at you. Do you consider yourself a moral person?
Yes, sir. I'm a moralist.
Lie detector test has determined that you believe that to be true.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does. The lie detector test believes that you're thinking the truth.
Okay.
Have you ever not spoken a lie unto your family member or a friend or a neighbor?
That's not a yes or no question.
Do you lie to your neighbors?
Yes.
The lie detector thinks that shit's cap.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Is
Mr.
the
Lie
are the
Detector.
vitals plugged into you?
Yeah,
Are they plugged
they're
in?
plugged in.
Are they those vitals are plugged in?
Yeah, they're in my tummy.
Oh, okay. Um, okay. A following question. Are you prepared?
Yep.
You claim that what
They keep falling down.
when you got that shit on your chest, do you feel like Iron Man?
No.
Lie detector says that you are telling a falsehood.
I think that lie detector's capping.
No, the lie detector is a scientific apparatus.
Maybe it's true then.
You wouldn't tell Western science that it's wrong.
You wouldn't download a baby.
The scientists found the God particle.
Did they?
What the hell? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a particle that was around before the Big Bang.
It's like in Xenoblade.
What?
They find. Never mind.
I thought they found God in Xenoblade.
They do.
That's not a God particle, though.
Yeah, but he's like the first thing ever.
This particle?
Yeah.
Or is it like a person?
Yes. It's a person.
Is the God particle in Xenoblade a person? Yes or no?
What?
Is the God particle in Xenoblade a person? Yes or no?
Oh, yes. Yes.
You believe this to be a true statement, and the lie detector does too.
Yay.
Have you ever stolen from a poor person who needed it more than you?
Oh, probably.
The lie detector has determined that you believe they did not need it more than you.
I'm a sick.
No, it means that you were doing a good deed.
Oh, yay.
I saw a man dancing around in his underpants in front of Silo Mission.
That happens.
True.
There are indeed homeless people doing bizarre things sometimes. And sometimes those things are scary.
The lie detector test has determined that that is a true statement. Do you think dancing around in your underpants in front of Silo Mission is scary? Yes or no?
Yes.
Lie detector test has determined that you are more than likely telling a falsehood.
I don't think I am.
I don't think it's scary to dance in your underpants.
Yeah, but that's not you.
I'm doing the underpants dance. I'm doing the underpants dance.
I'm scared of underpants.
What are you scared of a man in his underpants for? What's he gonna do? Whip it out?
Because he's not dressed.
Oh, true. True. I didn't even think of that. Well, he had like he had like 2 pairs of pants and then like a pair of shorts and then another pair of shorts. So he had 4 like just muted my mic, sorry. He had 4 pairs of lower wear on. He had 2 pairs of pants and then 2 shorts.
You should get into the shop more.
He had 2 pairs of pants and then 2 shorts, which is it was very odd to me that he was wearing that much I mean, I guess you're homeless, so you're going to be cold.
I thought you said he was in his underpants.
Yeah, he was in his cuz he had 2 pairs of pants and a pair of shorts at his knees, and then he was dancing around with what looked to be shorts or underpants. So I'm going to assume his underpants were shorts, or that he had perhaps he had 2 pairs of shorts, 2 pairs of pants, and underpants on. But I sort of assumed the shorts were the underpants.
Was it cold out?
No, actually, it was pretty temperate out. It was yesterday, so it's pretty temperate, all things considered. I mean, it's like minus.
Yeah, yesterday was like -8.
It's like minus 30 with the wind chill right now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fucking cold out today. That's the day you'd want to wear 2 pairs of pants and 2 pairs of shorts and a pair of underpants also.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me that.
Okay.
Okay. But I do understand that the lie detector test proctor. I mean, the position comes with a distinct air of authority. I'm not going to pretend as though it doesn't. I'm allowed to. I mean, the machine determines. I'm allowed. The machine determines what's true or false.
That's true.
And so in that way, being able to decide what's true and what's not, scientifically, of course, it's powerful.
Your science. You're deciding what's science.
Do you love God?
Yes.
Lie detector says you're a stinky atheist.
I don't eat babies, so that
True.
means something, right?
True. I don't think atheists eat babies. I think Bigfoots eat babies.
Bigfoots.
You eat babies. It's not your fault. You eat babies. We eat berries and mushrooms.
That's the Wendigo you're thinking of.
We eat berries and mushrooms, you fool.
That's the Wilkes Walker.
No, yeah. Describe the Wilkes Walker for the fans at home.
For those
Jiggler
that don't
fans.
know, the Wilkes Walker is a cryptid who walks around Wilkes Avenue, and
Runs. He
he
runs.
runs
He
down Wilkes
sprints
Avenue,
down Wilkes Avenue.
and he's looking and lurking.
He's a four-legged beast that's as fast as a
You don't ever
fucking
see him,
car.
but you hear him, and he's running quickly,
He's as fast as a fucking
and he'll
Prius.
get you if you're
He
not
is as fast as
careful.
a 2008 Prius.
Yep.
On eco mode.
That's pretty fast for those that don't know what a Prius
For
is.
those who don't know what a Prius, for those at home who've never seen a hybrid.
Yep.
Basically, it's like if Tesla kind of was not kind of you well. So yeah, the Wilkes Walker is just this crazy ass demon.
He'll get you if you're not.
I don't think
If you
you
walk
slow
down Wilkes, you're fucked.
you will. He's the only one who will walk down Wilkes. That motherfucker. He will make sure that he is the only one walking down Wilkes. By Job.
Yep.
That's dead air. You gotta talk faster.
Yep.
You gotta talk faster.
Yep.
Here's a question. Are you functioning on this podcast to the best of your abilities? Yes or no?
I think so. I'm scared, guys. Did it have to make up its
The
mind?
machine was having trouble calibrating the statement due to I think it detected a lack of confidence.
Mm.
And I think then the machine overrode that. Because, I mean, the issue with the vitals monitors your confidence, right? It monitors if you're telling the truth or not based on your blood signature, and it takes your blood type, and it sort of takes like your family history too. If you have like a history of crime,
Mm-hmm.
it ups the likelihood of telling a lie.
It's like those insurance companies.
Well, I mean, the problem with lie detector tests is they have false positives, right? I mean, sometimes they have false positives just by the nature of the machine.
Yep.
The lie detector test determined that was false. So, but the science at least has indicated there's an occasional false positive due to the nature of the way they take the machine. So if you have a family history of criminality, it's going to take that into account up to 10 generations back. So if you have a family of brigands and ne'er-do-wells, right, you could be the most upstanding, righteous individual, but every so often the lie detector test is just going to say you're lying, even if you're not.
Yeah, Australians would not do well in this.
The detector does not seem to like some of the stuff I'm saying right now, and I'm not even plugged in, and that's so I don't really know what it's detecting. I think it has my data.
Probably.
Because you do have to feed it a blood sample before. Tyler and I both fed it a blood sample, so it's already eaten and been placated.
Oh, God.
Huh?
I said, oh, God.
Why? You have to... Well, no, because it can't determine if you're telling the truth if it doesn't have your blood type. A blood type is a distinct indicator of truthfulness
That's true.
in many scientific circles.
That's true.
I mean, it's a deeply sociological device, too, in taking into account your family history. It's an amazing machine.
It's funny you bring that up because I used to like fantasize about having powers. You know?
Yeah, and one of
Where
your
you ever
powers
think,
would be being a lie detecting machine.
Well, don't you ever think like, oh, maybe when I'm 12, my powers will awaken or something?
No, because I'm
I used to-
23, so I think that I've crossed that bridge.
I was like 12 or so when I found out how blood types worked.
Is that true?
Yeah. And I was so surprised, and I was like, maybe
Not even funny. That wasn't even funny.
I was like, maybe depending on what blood type you have powers.
In Japan, one of their personality, their form of personality types, like with the horoscopes, one of their things is like blood types. In a lot of like old Japanese games and even newer ones, if you go into character bios, it often tells you their blood types. So when you look through the Resident Evil 1 like game guide or like the manual, it'll tell you what Chris and
Is it
Jill's
like
blood type is. It's like a horoscope, basically. It's like, oh, you're B positive, you're more likely to like tiramisu, and you have a hot-headed personality. Oh, you have a O negative, you're open and jovial, and you're more likely to like red velvet. Like it's like that stuff.
so it's like if you have like a positive dominant blood type
It's
and
like
you're more dominant personality traits?
I don't know. I don't know how it works exactly. It sounds like kind of like Myers-Briggs, where it's just like sort of
You're
made
O
up
negative,
nonsense.
you're a bottom.
No, it's not the negative positive. That's not part of it.
You give to everyone, don't you?
But like there's characters like you can tell what kind of characters like what kind of tropes a character might follow based on their blood type if you like know. It's like when you're it's like if you wrote a story and you're like this character's horoscope is blank, but I don't know a whole lot of authors who do that in their story itself.
No.
Maybe in like a background just for some flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, what was his sign? He was on the 25th, so.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Yep, okay, but what was his astrological sign?
Probably a Scorpio.
What's Catherine?
What
A
month?
Scorpio? Christ was born in December, dog.
What month was Catherine born again? December.
Yeah, Catherine was like the end of December. What the hell's her type? If we know her astrological sign, we'll find out Christ's.
Let me find out.
No, you. Oh shit, we forgot to turn the Wi-Fi off.
It's
Oh
fine.
Lord,
No,
my
it's fine.
dude. Oh, there's gonna be interference on the microphones. I just know it.
Oh my gosh, you're being dramatic.
Okay, look up Christ's astrological sign. You gotta type it with your fingers.
I was distracted by you searching up High School Musical trivia.
Yeah, because fun trivia. In High School Musical 1, Zac Efron does not sing his own songs. It's actually a completely different actor who sings his songs.
He was a Leo. He was either a Leo, an Aries, and he was born under a conjunction of planets.
Like Witcher 3.
That's what AI Google is telling me.
That's what AI is saying, but what do you believe to be true?
Sounds like a Leo. Is accurate.
It says that his sort of temper wouldn't indicate that he'd be a Leo.
Was Jesus temperamental?
Boy, he was a bit of a hothead.
Was he?
Oh yeah. There's a few moments where he gives people some wicked shit. He gives people some shit. He yells at people. He yells at folks.
I've never read the Bible.
We maybe should. He
I've
hangs out with prostitutes and stuff, and he's like, "Girl, girl, you gotta, you gotta follow the Lord."
My dad made me read it when I was younger, but it was like the worst parts of the Bible.
Sometimes people are like, "Oh, Jesus Christ loves sex workers," and it's like, yeah, he does, but it's like, I don't think he wants you to be one. You know what I mean? I think Jesus Christ would be like, "Oh man, that fucking sucks."
What's better for you?
Yeah, he wants you to. He doesn't want you to have to live that kind of life. I mean, I guess I don't know what his opinion is on like someone who's like, "Oh, I'm totally financially sound, and I just think it's fun." Like, I don't know if he like cares about that kind of thing, but
Do you think Jesus would have voted Democrat or Republican?
I don't think he would have. I think he would have sent both Joe Biden and Donald Trump to hell.
You don't
I think
necessarily
he
think
would
he's
have.
independent.
I think he would have beat them with a whip.
Who would he endorse?
He would endorse probably Marco Rubio.
Who the hell's that?
So there was actually this moment in the Bible, I believe it's John, where I think it was Mark, where Christ goes into this temple and there's a bunch of money lenders in the temple occupying the temple and merchants, and he just goes and starts throwing the tables over, and he picks up a whip and he starts whipping them and
What?
beating them
That doesn't sound like the
because
Christ
they're
I
like,
know.
well, they're money lenders, right? They're like debtors, so they're like price gouging, and they're using a temple because they're using a temple of the Lord to create wealth. That's deeply sinful, deeply sinful.
Dude, Jesus is a socialist.
Well, I don't know if he's quite a socialist. I mean, he's very strict about the thing about. I mean,
Sounds like he's anti
I think he's
prophet.
I think he's a monarchist.
What?
I mean, there's a few because he's always talking about how he is Lord give unto him. That's pretty hierarchical, right?
Yeah, but
Saying
he
like
was
this
like
guy's the boss and you have to listen.
he was like anti monarch, the king of Rome.
Man, you know what? He wasn't. You want to know what he said when somebody asked Jesus Christ, "Should I pay my taxes?"
Hmm.
He said, "Give to the Lord what is the Lord's, and give to Caesar what is Caesar's." That's what that meant. That's what he said.
It's kind of weak.
It could have been a metaphor, though.
Maybe.
I think. I think he. I think he's a. I think he's an egalitarian. I think Christ was an egalitarian, first and foremost. But I mean, you have to keep in mind if this man was real. Like, well, Christ was real, but if he was like a really divine person, you have to think that he didn't write any of this shit down. His buddies did.
Hmm.
So you have to
Like
take
Confucius.
you have to take everything with a bit of a, in my opinion, you have to take everything with a grain of salt and acknowledge that, you know what, while these are predominantly chronicles of things that probably mostly happened, the nature of the truth of it and the nature of the divinity is always going to be questionable, at least for me.
Typical United blasphemy.
Truly, United blasphemer. He's.
The God Emperor would be disappointed.
I mean, if anything is divine and spiritual in this world, Christ was probably some special something.
What about rabbits?
Most of his, I mean, I rock with like 98% of his teachings. I don't really know if I love paying taxes, but I mean, in a just society, I think it's right. In a just society, you should pay taxes. In an unjust society, you shouldn't.
Does that mean we're okay to not pay taxes?
I think you should look through your city's spending, and I think if most of it's going towards public infrastructure,
It's not.
well, you know what? Then don't.
Okay.
So, but if you lived in a society where like probably at least 60% of the money is going towards social services and public infrastructure, yeah, go ahead and pay your taxes. In a society where like most of it's going to the cops and like blowing up, like people in fucking Kosovo or whatever country we're at war. Fucking, I think we're at war with Kazakhstan right now. So just I mean, don't.
Did you see that yarn art project that one like hippie guy did about the Winnipeg budget?
What are you talking about?
So this guy made like a scarf or something that is like different colors.
Hold on. The machine says that he didn't do that.
Well, the machine needs to hear me out.
Can we establish this as a hypothetical?
It's not though.
The machine doesn't. I'm sorry. The machine doesn't agree.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. You got to frame it different. You got to frame it differently because the machine doesn't. You got to frame it differently because the machine does not like. The machine does not like what you're saying right now, and I want to hear about this, but you need to. You need to frame it differently. You need to say it in like a different way.
I heard about a man who did a hippie art project.
The machine
For no
registers
reason.
that you did believe you hear that. You believe that you heard that.
And he allegedly made a scarf of different colors, and each color represented a different aspect of the city
And like
budget.
90% of the scarf was blue.
Well, I think like a good third or 2/3 of it was like cops.
I think it's like 29% of our city budget goes towards police.
And do you know what the community?
I wrote an article about this when I was still working at the Tobin about like how much, like the stupid amount that goes to them.
Yeah.
They just bought a new armored personnel carrier. What the hell do you need that for?
Well,
What are we fighting fucking ISIS?
and this person was upset because
Not
the
enough, like
city
the police.
recently shut down these downtown social worker agencies in
You've
the
been telling me about
Millennium
this.
Library.
You can talk about this.
And the budget that would have gone to fund them is so small that he couldn't even make the yarn out of it. Like it's like less than $1 million.
It's less than a milli. A milli.
Yeah. And
But
so,
what the hell? That does big. What the hell is that APC for?
APC
Yeah,
What is
armored personnel carrier.
helicopter?
No, that's a helicopter.
I don't know what
An
you're talking
armored
about.
personnel carrier is an armored vehicle that carries personnel.
So car.
Like a big one that's got a bunch of armor on it.
I'm so tired of armies and their like big words.
Because if you're talking on the radio, it takes up so much time to say armored personnel carrier when you can say APC.
It's so pretentious.
It's not pretentious. It's for quick hand notation and safety and efficiency. If you're saying go to your NCO and say this, it's a lot slower to say go to your non-commissioned officer. Just because you don't know what it means doesn't mean it's pretentious.
Maybe.
You throw, and this is no hate, you throw a lot of in-club terms around when you're talking about social work, and sometimes you don't always think about the
What
fact
do I
that
say?
you talk about structuralism.
You know what
You-
I only say it because I know what you're talking about.
I know, but you say postmodern all the time. You call everything postmodern.
I thought you knew what that meant.
You say you throw neo in front of stuff.
I say these words
You
because
say
I think
you
you know them.
throw istic in front of words as a modifier.
What do you, like what?
You say communistic societies.
No, I don't.
You've said it.
Well, if I do, that's an accident.
Have you or have you not said it?
I have. I'll admit.
You do it a lot.
Yeah, probably.
That's a new sound. I don't know. That's a new sound.
It's in between.
I don't know what that one means. No,
Yeah,
man. I think.
sometimes I don't know exactly
I
how to
don't
frame my arguments, so I'll try to make words sound bigger.
So you know what?
I feel like everyone does that though.
But the best way to be efficient is to be clear,
Let me be clear.
and that's why they use acronyms.
Yeah.
I don't think we got a single comment about the fire debate. I don't know if anyone got that far.
Probably not. It was
That
like more than halfway through the episode.
Yeah. I mean, when I watch a podcast, I watch it to the last second.
Yeah.
But I think the issue is a lot of people who leave comments, if they do leave a comment, it's typically from about the it's close to the beginning that they're going to leave a comment or what pertains to them, like to their question. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you leave a comment, I don't care what you say. Although
I was
comments, please like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it. It's always cool to read the comments. Yeah, I actually have my favorite part of this show is reading the comments. I think it's a lot of fun seeing what you guys have to say. Even the negative stuff. Well, most of it's positive, 90%.
I was almost thinking,
You almost thought something.
why do you do that?
What?
That's so like rude.
What?
When like someone tries to talk, like bring up a point, and then
Mm.
you immediately shut them down.
I'm sorry, I was teasing.
It's okay. I'm just saying it's
It's because you
hurtful.
said I almost thought.
Well, because the way I'm framing was like I almost had a thought that it would be a
Mm.
good idea for you to edit your
Mm.
podcasts
I do
for
edit
like,
them.
well, I know you do, but like, you know how you can split them up into time frames?
Yeah.
Maybe so
Like
people could see
chapters.
like question review period, um, questions for audience. So if people aren't going to tune
There's a
into the
key
whole
issue.
thing,
There's a
they
key
could
issue
go
with
to the
that.
parts that they want.
There's a key issue with that, though.
What's that?
I don't know if I really want to do that.
I don't think it would take that long. All you have to do is like timestamp it, right?
Yeah, I get. I mean, the timestamps aren't super complicated, but they're called chapters now, and so then it's all. But then I don't really pay attention to the runtime. Like I sort of just hit stop at 50 minutes and upload.
Well, it could be good for you to at least learn how to do.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to do it if you don't want. It's just an idea.
Well, let's just stop just letting down the fans.
Hmm?
I'm just letting down the fans.
I don't know if the fans got to this point in the video
They
anyway.
might have.
If you got to this point in the video, leave a comment.
If you got to this point in the video, leave a comment. What's your favorite fight?
Who do you like to watch hurt each other?
If you got to this point in the video,
I
leave a
like
comment.
watching Grey's Anatomy. I like when they hurt each other.
Just get your finger out of your ear.
Why?
Take it your ear.
I'm itchy.
We leave a comment if you've ever thought we were gonna break up because of a fight we had in the podcast. Did you ever did we ever have a fight so bad you thought we were gonna break up?
No. Shit.
Which fight was it?
Probably the one where we were talking about war.
We were really, for the most part, I think we were really on the same page about that.
No, you got mad at me.
Did I get mad? Why'd I get mad?
You got mad because I was like hating on. You were like, say you respect the troops, and I was like, fuck the
Oh,
troops.
do you respect the troops?
I guess. I know it's coming.
Oh, come on. It's November.
No, it's not.
This is a pre-recorded episode.
Oh, true.
We pre-recorded this November 13th.
9 months in advance.
We recorded it. No, it would be like 3.
We're going on a 9 month vacation.
This is
We
January.
try to
What do
schedule
you
in advance.
What do you mean 9 months in advance? It's January. November was like 3 months ago. 2 months ago.
I'm talking about the future.
Oh no. Okay.
Phil, the future.
No, I meant we filmed it in November 2 months ago.
Mm.
We had a miscommunication.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, what just happened there is like when you get the email saying like, would you like to move forward a meeting? It's like move forward or move backward. Because if I
The lie
say,
detector test has determined that it is like when you get an email that says, "Would you like to move forward a meeting?"
if someone says they're gonna move a meeting forward,
I think it's coming
from noon,
sooner.
do you think that move is gonna be at 10?
It's going to be sooner, yeah, because you move it back. Because you have to think of time as a linear object, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what is if it moves forward, time is coming towards. If it moves
Also
backward,
relative to you.
yeah, but it's actually it's
I
not
think of
relative.
it
Well,
as
hold on,
relative to the
hold on,
time
wait,
it was
wait,
set
wait,
at.
wait, 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 wait. Time is not relative to me. It's relative to Earth.
Yeah, but if you're the one speaking, it's relative to you.
No, man, because time flows the same for everybody on the planet.
Well, I try to think of it objectively, so I think of it as the meeting time is the normal time. So if you're going forward,
Yeah,
it's going,
you're heliocentric.
yeah. That's why I think people who say move it forward and then it comes closer in the
Move
day,
it forward.
they're kind of selfish.
That's not selfish. I think they've been conditioned to feel that is the That is the nomenclature that makes sense. It is the terminology that
It
makes sense to them.
it probably is, and
It's
I'm
like
just spewing at my ass.
it's
But
like when people say quarter to three. I'd rather you say 2:45. And see, I had to think. I had a little mental lag there. I'd rather you say 2:45,
yeah,
but they think like, oh, like quarter to three. That I'm being helpful by shorthanding it instead of saying the whole number.
I think the reason people say that is because like,
They're stupid.
well, no, if you look at like a round clock, um, I think they like orient the time by where the minute hand is close to the hour,
Here's an
right?
interesting thing. Clocks are either round or square. What the hell?
Are they square? I don't think they're
Rectangle,
square.
rectangle, rectangle.
I don't think they're rectangle either.
Yeah. Look at the clock on my computer. Describe the shape.
Well, that's not a clock.
That's an analog clock. Look at the clock on your phone. Tell me what shape it is.
Well, I mean,
Tell me the shape. Tell me the shape.
what's
Ooh.
the word to describe like
Analog clocks.
no, with like the hands?
Analog.
That's not an analog clock. That's the analog clock.
Oh, true. No, that's a digital. No, that's a digital clock.
I don't know.
No, the clocks with the clock hands are clockwork clocks.
Cogsworth.
They're analog clocks. No, the clocks that tick are analog. The digital clocks are the ones with the numbers.
I got really scared at Animal Crossing today because
Mr. Rossetti yelled at you.
no, because I was sitting in my house and I was just sitting looking around and then the clock. I have a clock in my house and
Yeah.
it was like bang bang bing bong, and I got scared because I didn't know it could do that. I thought it
The
was
lie
coming from
detector
real
has
life.
determined that you were being very brave.
I was being brave.
Here's a query. When I interrupted you, I said Mr. Rossetti scared you. Would you consider that me shutting you down?
No.
Okay. Because it served a purpose.
I did. I like
Mm.
Mr. Rossetti.
You didn't even know about him until I told you about him.
I forgot about him.
You kind of forget about him. He doesn't show up a lot in the new games because you have autosave.
You know who else doesn't show up in the new game? The old mayor of the town,
Oh,
the turtle.
what about the cat who? What about the cat who introduces you in the first game? He's like, "Hey, you're on
Oh,
the
yeah.
bus." What's his name?
I think that's Punchy.
Is it Punchy? Are you sure it's Punchy? I don't think it's Punchy.
Maybe not. It's like a blue cat.
Yeah, he's got like blue because Punchy's purple, isn't he? Isn't Punchy purple?
He's blue as well.
No, man, Punchy's straight purple.
I had canon that I was married to Punchy in my New Horizons town.
You know he's not. You know he. Okay, well, that's cool.
We lived in the same house together, but we had two separate beds.
The lie detector test has determined that in Animal Crossing, every villager has their own home.
Yeah. But I would like I put my home next to him.
Lie detector test.
You know,
Hold on. I'm getting some readings. Sorry, it was
Here.
processing some data. It has determined that while yes, you can put homes next to each other, that does not constitute cohabitation.
No, I guess not.
That's what the test determined. That's
Animal
really
Crossing subvertly tells you that or covertly tells you that it's like the norm is to live by yourself, which I don't think is a norm we should be spreading. I think living by yourself is unhealthy, actually.
not. Not all of the villagers live by themselves.
You just said they all need to have their own house.
The sheep. I didn't say that. The fucking machine said that.
Well, I don't know if those sheep are villagers because they just run the store.
Well, that's the thing. Is Tom Nook a villager?
Well, they live on Main Street. That's where their shops are. I don't know where they actually live. There's no beds.
I thought in New Horizons, Tom Nook had like a special, or in New Leaf, Tom Nook had like hung out just like on the promenade near your house.
Well, there's the Nook Homes shop on Main Street that's where he hangs out.
Would you upload your creations to the cloud?
Yeah.
Did people download them?
Mhm.
What'd you create?
Fun
Those
designs.
crazy T-shirts.
Yeah. I did make a lot of t-shirts and
Just
flags.
like T-shirts with big penises and balls on them.
Yeah, and you could like display like your furniture and
What's your
stuff.
what flag do you have right now?
Bug. It's a big beetle.
Truthful.
I like bugs.
What's your favorite bug?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably dragonfly. I think they're really
A
pretty.
dragonfly. That's barely
Yeah.
even a bug.
Yes, it is.
Ah.
It's a true bug, I think, actually.
What the hell? What do you mean a true? What do you mean a true bug?
in entomology, there's like a
Oh boy.
classification of like true bugs,
Yeah.
and I forget the specifics of it, but it's like bugs that have a specific amount of
Limbs.
limbs or something like that, or
Spiders aren't.
wings,
Well, spiders aren't bugs.
or maybe they fly.
Spiders aren't insects.
I think it's flying bugs,
What? So an ant's not a bug?
not a true bug.
A a beetle's not a bug?
I don't really remember.
How can a beetle not be a bug?
It's been a while since I took the
A
class,
scarab.
and I that was one of the first classes I took, and I was very terrible at studying, and
Beetles. I
so
learned beetles are scarabs in the same thing.
kind of. But the only time I would study for my entomology class was when I was pulling all-nighters. So
Oh my god.
the only memories I have of my entomology class are like being extremely tired, angry, and hungry.
You probably hated those fucking bugs. See that bug? Every time you see a bug, you probably get pissed.
I would listen to the pre-recorded lectures in times 4 speed.
You are not learning anything in that.
I didn't know how to study in university yet
You would just read. Read, motherfucker.
because I was trying to prioritize my other science classes, so I left that one to nighttime.
Have you ever seen The Exorcism in Boondocks? You seen that clip
Oh yeah.
where the, where Uncle Ruckus tries to exorcise Stinkmeaner from Tom?
Mhm.
That's like you learning how to study in university.
Mhm.
I mean, it is. I do get that it's a bit of a learning adjustment. When I was in high school, they sort of taught us a little bit about that. They taught us how to read textbooks and shit.
I didn't have any preparation for university because no one in my family had ever gone. And the only
Well, yeah, same here. But
I had one presentation in my high school that talked about it,
they're
and
like, you got to read.
yeah, basically just said you need to use pen. You can't use pencil.
I remember they told me in first year that for every hour of class, there should be 3 hours of studying. Did they tell you that too?
Yeah,
That's such a lie. That is so not true.
I tried to follow that in my first year, but
I think an hour of
it's
class hour.
unsustainable.
I think hour of class hour of studying is reasonable.
Well, think about it. If you're taking 5 classes a semester
I mean, that's
and you have like an
yeah.
hour each day of class,
Well, you're supposed to have 3 hours a week per each class. So 5 times 3,
that's 9 hours of
that'd be
studying per
15.
class, right?
Mm, well, it's okay. If it's 5 hours, if it's five classes, 3 credit hours each, you're supposed to have 3 hours a week per. I mean, it doesn't usually work like that, but you're supposed to.
So 3, and then the study time for that would become
No,
9.
because it's not 3 hours. It's 5 times 3 hours. It's supposed to be 15 hours of class time, and then you multiply 15 by 3. That's fucking like
Over 40 hours a
it's supposed to
week
be
of
40. There should be
studying.
45 hours of studying.
Yeah, and that's what they promote.
There should be 60 hours. So you should be doing 60-hour weeks at university. If any of you are out there and you're doing less than 60-hour weeks of university, you're failing.
Yep.
You're gonna fail. Low key. True.
Did university ever make you want to kill yourself?
I don't think that's a very funny question.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll stop.
I think a lie detector. Do you think that was a funny question?
No.
Lie detector told me
maybe a
that's
little bit.
that. Lie detector told me that's funny as fuck.
Maybe a little bit.
Lie detector told me that's funny as fuck. I when I was
You
in
don't have to answer if you're
when
not
I
comfortable.
when I was in first year, I when I was in first year, I had a I had a I had a hypothetical that I would think about in class all the time. Like I'd be in class, I'd think about it and giggle. I imagined myself flying like a passenger plane and then jumping out of the plane and skydiving down and then parachuting into class, and then my professor would look at me and he'd say, "Late again, Mr. Bristow?" And I'd say, "Sorry, professor, there was a bit of turbulence."
That is funny.
That
I
it would
like
make
that.
me laugh. Yeah.
That's good.
Me and my buddy used to have a bunch of nicknames for people in our class. We had this one guy named Jet. We had this one guy named uh there was Jet, Brown Jet, Pat, like the SNL bit. If you ever seen that one,
These are cartoon
there
names.
was Jet. Well, I don't know. We just weird laughing girl was one of them.
Weird laughing owl.
Hockey guy. We just have these crazy nicknames for people.
These are creative
Weird
names.
dude.
Weird dude.
Weird dude would talk to me about
Blue
like the
dude.
war in Serbia.
Peyton and I would call people we didn't like little blue dude,
Yeah, little blue dude.
and that's a reference from the show Dragon.
But the guy who called Dragon little blue dude liked Dragon. He was Dragon's buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
but I don't think that's. Remember how Dragon would call ketchup catsup?
I thought was a separate condiment.
I was kind of confused. I'm like, is that how they pronounce it in Canada? Because like I know we say like American word, like we use American words. So I thought like, oh, it must be a Canadian thing to call it catsup.
I
But
found
no, he just says ketchup weird. Because I've never heard anyone in Canada call ketchup catsup. And I've lived here for 23 years.
I found the intro of that show really comforting.
It's Dragon. Come along to Dragon's house.
No, you're thinking of Dragon
Hold
Tales.
on, let me hit you with this. It's Dragon. It's Dragon. Come over to Dragon's house.
Why is the lie detector doing that?
Oh, I think it just detected my passion.
Mm.
What do you
No,
think of that song?
It was pretty good,
Okay.
but I think you're getting confused. The theme song for Dragon goes.
You thought it was
"Zippity
shit.
zoo, zappity zow."
Yeah, he's like scatting.
Yep.
That dude was real as fuck. That little blue motherfucker
That
was
little
real.
jet lang.
That little green
That
motherfucker.
little scootaloo.
That little green fucker was real.
That's the alligator.
Who's your favorite Cutie Mark Crusader?
Binu. I don't know.
I like Doopy. Do you not? You don't know who they are.
Doopy Binu? The fuck? Everyone knows
Doopy
who
and
that is.
Binu movie.
It's a good movie.
That you didn't even see it.
I watched a little bit. I got bored.
I watched the trailers.
I have to find Patchy Patch.
Patchy Patch. Who's your favorite Doopy and Binu side character?
I liked the old sheep. The one who like wore the necklace and was all snotty. Remember?
I think that's a
She's
Shaun
like a
the Sheep.
ballerina.
I think you think of Shaun the Sheep.
No, dude, this is Doopy Binu.
I associate Doopy and Binu with, oh fuck, the Big Comfy Couch.
Hmm.
Lunette, the Big Comfy Couch. Remember that show?
Yeah.
Lunette the Clown.
Were they
she would do
even on
this-
the same network?
Yeah, they were on Treehouse.
Oh yeah.
So I think of, I mean, I doubt there's any Americans watching, but for Americans watching, Treehouse is like a kids network. So, yeah, they had this show called Big Comfy Couch. I don't know if they had it in America.
He just sat on the couch.
They don't have Tupi and Binu is Canadian. It's from Quebec.
Yeah.
So Tupi and Binu, Tupi and Binu, it's about a rat and his stuffed toy,
His little stupid rat and his
little stuffed cat toy, and then he also has
Is Binu a toy? I
Binu's
thought he was a cat.
Binu's like a stuffy.
What?
Yeah,
No,
Binu's
because Patchy Patch is a stuffy.
no man. Binu is a straight up stuffy.
Is it like the cat who needs his toy to fall asleep?
No man,
His
I'm
monkey?
telling you, Binu's a stuffy. Look it up. I swear, Binu's a freaking stuffy, dog. We gotta end this. This is 53 minutes. We gotta come to a conclusion here. We gotta end this.
Is Binu a stuffy? That's a beanie baby.
No, you gotta look up Binu.
How the fuck do you spell Binu?
Binoo.
Binu.
Is Binu a stuffy?
Yes.
Binu is
I
a
was wrong,
stuffed
folks.
cat.
He's a
Pull up a
stuffed
picture
cat.
of Binu. Show them Binu.
He's a stuffed cat, bro.
Speak a little Chinese for him.
Ni hao.
That's not what he looks like in the show. That's a stuffed toy.
That's Binu.
Yeah, but you gotta show the animated version. Okay, go left.
That's cat.
Yeah, that's cool. Go left. Go left. No, left, man.
There's no Binu.
That's kind of what he looks like. I think because you looked up. Okay, whatever. If you want, they can look up Binu.
Well, it's because I searched up
Just
stuff.
look up. Just is Binu. That's what this motherfucker looks like. Kind of looks like
He's a
you.
cat.
Looks like
That doesn't look
that
like
looks
me.
like Tyler. I look like Doopy. On the looks, I look like Doopy.
Binu, Binu. That's us. That's our
I always
life.
thought Doopy was fat AF.
Oh my god! And our lives are kind of like Doopy Binu too. We just like
I always thought that
we sit
rat
in
was
our room
fat AF.
and we like talk about cookies and stuff.
I was talking to my mom. She's like, I don't know how you can hang out in that room all day. I'm like, I don't know. I got stuff to do.
What's wrong with your room?
I don't know.
I like your room.
She hangs out in her room.
Also,
I like my room.
the living room is chaotic.
I haven't seen section here with my pillow. I be going beast mode on my pillow.
Yep.
Did I remember that clip I showed you where he's like, I take my pillow and then I take my other pillow. Stuff like he bangs his pillows.
No.
Yeah. That's probably a good place to end it.
I think the thing says that's true.
Do you like fucking your pillow? Bye bye.
Goodbye.